consumers are both paring down to spend less and find things that are more value, but at the same time looking for affordable indulgences. The Super Bowl is one of those. It is akin to the next Thanksgiving, where you've got herds of people that gather inside the home to do food, family, fun, football. I think that we saw that the NRF Super Bowl surveys predicting a record number of Super Bowl sales. About 80% of that is food and beverage. So if you're selling those products, this could be a really good season.
And just for our audience, Advantage Solutions, you basically talk to retailers and help them understand, say, inventory, if they have the right products on the shelves, even if they're in-store or online, etc. What did you tell people before the Super Bowl to stock up on?
Oh, great question. So a couple of pieces of advice that we put out there to both our manufacturer as well as our retailer clients. One is the recent trend that we saw and talked about last month, sorry, which is the disproportionate spend that we're seeing in the 2 to 3 days that are leading up to key events. So for the Super Bowl, think today and tomorrow. So the retailers have to make sure that they have that inventory. The second thing is look for consumers to pare down to find value. So as it relates to Super Bowl, that's going to mean different things to different consumers. So that may be paring down from like a Wagyu beef to a prime rib. It could be from a prepared charcuterie platter to one that you make yourself, a big brand to a national brand. And of course, always looking for things on sale. And then let's talk products. Here are what we think are going to be two of the surprises for Super Bowl. One is non-alcoholic beer and mocktails are having a really good day. They're both
Forget.
I see you. You're going to lose these two guys on this one.
I heard the previous discussion about red wine, beer, and Prosecco. But NA beer and mocktails are having a pretty good day. So we see those both cannibalizing some of the alcohol sales, but also adding to overall beverage sales. And then another contender this year is private brand. 92% of consumers trust a private brand as much as a national brand. And it's a great way for consumers to pare down and get that value. So think snacks, ingredients, appetizers.
That's what I have to admit. I'm not a big shopper, but I noticed a change in my shopping habits for groceries during the pandemic when we were buying more stuff and prices were going up. I now go store brand probably way more than half now. You know, it's only a few items.
And why? And is it price?
Cost. I just figure it's just cost. I mean, it's materially lower.
It is, yeah.
Like 30-40% lower on some of these things. So I don't know, but that's a change in behavior. So I guess the question here is we're going to get retail sales next week, and we're going to start hearing from some of the retailers. But it appears, you know, that the consumers, they have a job if they want them. Wages are going up. Is it fair to say that the consumer, we should expect the consumer to continue to be fairly strong?
Oh boy, I think in the consumer packaged goods world, we're probably looking at flat for 2024. This is what most of the industry experts are saying. Manufacturers, though, in the recent survey that we just did at Advantage, 80% of manufacturers are predicting growth based on new products and expanded distribution of current products. That could be a little too confident. They were also overconfident in their holiday sales predictions. Retailers are less confident, with about half of retailers predicting mild growth. So we'll see how it plays out. Consumers, you know, as I said before, are still in a pretty tough place. The overall confidence in their ability to afford everyday life has gone down 20 points from 60% to 40% since 2019. So this will definitely have an effect on 24 sales and volume.
What are you telling them about inventories? Are we going to be in a world where, I guess I'm talking more with, say, clothing, electronics, maybe rather than food. Is it going to be like a just-in-time inventory, or what are you telling them?
Inventory is a really tricky proposition right now. You've got a lot of retailers trying to reduce inventory, which is a risky game to play. There are benefits to doing that, but there are also challenges in that. If there's, I mean, take the recent social media runs. I mean, don't get me going on the Stanley Cup, but there are runs on products which could be driven by social media, could be driven by a strong marketing program, and oftentimes, and also don't forget the disproportionate of sales, the 2 to 3 days before the key events. Many retailers got caught in Thanksgiving and had to adjust for Christmas because they didn't have the inventory. So it's a bit of a it's a bit of a risk. It's got upside, it's got downside.
Are there enough chickens out there for the chicken wing demand?
Oh no, big question.
Did you see that the National Chicken Council last year said that there were enough chicken wings consumed last year during Super Bowl for every person in the country to have 4? So I'm not sure who had my 4, but somebody's having a lot of wings.
And I remember, I mean, there was a time, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, where it was kind of in a pandemic area that there weren't enough chickens because they had some diseases and something like that. So there's the price of chicken wings were higher.
Yeah, they had flu. It's a real thing. I have to have a confession.
Oh, no, here we go.
No. She's like, hummus wings.
Yes.
I don't like chicken wings. I like the sauces on chicken wings.
Okay, it's
So
just
someone can have
just
my
the wing
4.
itself.
Just the wing, it doesn't do
Somebody's
it.
having both our wings because 4 wings per person just seems mind-boggling.